Hey, what's going on? Tim Castleman here, and welcome to another edition of the Two a Drink Tim podcast. Happy Father's Day. Happy belated Father's Day. Sorry I didn't get you a card and a steak or a blowjob for Father's Day, but happy Father's Day out to all the fathers out there. I'm actually recording this on Father's Day, so I'm with you in memoriam, if you will, which I don't think is the proper use of that word, but fuck it. It's my podcast. We're going with it. It's funny, like Mother's Day is like a huge deal, of course. You gotta get flowers, and you gotta get her a card, you gotta get her a little pendant, and all these things that show just how much you love mom, right? You gotta have dinner with them, you gotta do all those things, you gotta hit all the bases. Father's Day, it's like, hey, I got an idea. How about we do this, right? How about we take you, make you get us up, take you out to dinner, but you drive, because God knows you want to get there safely, you don't want to die by letting your wife die, right? We drag your ass all around town. Then we'll let you cook and grill for us because God knows that you won't let anyone near your grill on Father's Day. And then maybe after the kids have gone down and everything, if I'm not too tired, right, we're not too tired, then maybe we'll just both, seductively slide into bed. And I'll give you the old, checkout blowjob, as I call it. The old, you've seen them, the cashiers where they scan the produce. It's like, give one of those. Like, well, like I'm going to just rub the tip of your dick over the tip of my lips, and it's just be a checkout blowjob. Like, oh, that was so amazing. And then you pass out in exhaustion, and she goes, hey, don't forget Mother's Day is only like 316 days away from now. I hope you're planning. Oh, don't forget Valentine. Basically what I'm saying in my bitter, pissed off mood is, the guys get fucked on the holidays. It's like, women, you all about Valentine's Day. Oh, don't forget Valentine's Day. You booked us a nice hotel at that overpriced place we like to stay at, right? Oh, absolutely. We're going to my favorite restaurant that's jacked the price up 2 times and give us a fixed price and a fixed menu. So you can't get the food you like, but I can get the food right? You got some flowers. Normally they're like $20 a dozen. If you go to the homeless shelter or the local grocery store, but they're like $100, give us that, right? Ladies, you all about that. You got some jewelry, right? I made it through to another Valentine's Day. You got me a piece of jewelry to signify our love together by you going into debt and having to work extra hard to pay it off, didn't you? But steak and a blowjob day, a legitimate, soon to be, legitimate holiday, 1 month after Valentine's Day. You don't see any cards for that. You don't see anybody participating in that. You don't, everyone's on Facebook. Happy Valentine's Day, a day for lovers, Steak and a blowjob day, you don't hear a peep, right? All the girls posting photos of them getting roses on Valentine's Day, getting jewelry, getting trinkets, getting taken out, roses on the bed, all that shit, right? You don't see any guys posting photos of a steak on Steak and a blowjob day, or better yet, a video of them eating steak while getting a blowjob. You just don't see that, right? No one anticipates that. All the old people on the podcast are like, oh my God, my head hurts. What is this new holiday? All the millennials like, steak and a blowjob day. Yeah. I don't have any kids. I don't know why I'm so angry and upset about something that doesn't affect me like Father's Day, right? I am the proud owner of 5 dogs. I was going to say rescue dogs, but, to quote Bill Burr, like I didn't break into a fire and save them with no concern of my own. I didn't rescue them from an abused shelter or anything like that. It was just like, hey, that's a cheap dog. You want to buy a cheap dog? Yeah, that cheap dog is probably going to piss and shit everywhere for the first couple of days. Yeah, sure, why not? I'll take a risk on a dog that you know nothing about. It's no genetic makeup, it's no breeding history, nothing. I'm basically rolling the dice here, right? I could get the best dog in the world that turns out to be like my BFF forever, and we make all these memories until they go to the Rainbow Bridge, or I can get a dog that is just one day while I sleep going to attack the shit out of me because it has some type of nom-like flashback to when its last owner used to beat the shit out of it when it stormed. Right? You're like, you didn't know that on a Tuesday that shit was going to go down because for the last 6 years of its life, right, every Tuesday the guy'd come home pissed off that he didn't win a bingo and just starts beating the shit out of the dog. You don't know that until one night, right, you're watching Archie Bunker or something on there like, bingo, and that's the fucking trigger word for your dog. And next thing you know, that dog is on your neck or your nuts, and it's not stopping until it's like, oh, treat, Fido, treat. Wow, I was in a really good mood before I started this podcast. Now I'm like, I can feel me getting angry. That's not right. So, no kids, Shout out to all the people that do have kids. I tip my hat to you. I think that's awesome that you had the ability to lay on top of or underneath somebody and have them ejaculate into them or into you. Way to go. Super tough job qualifications for that job, right? Of course, I kid. I've seen some amazing parents. I've also seen some interesting ones where you're just like, yeah, well, I better start having more children to kind of make up for yours so we don't have a lopside here in the old economy and probably going to have to pay for your children at some point through some social aid program. So might as well step the game up. Go ahead and get that third job I was really looking forward not to have to get so I can just afford to have my kids be alive so that they can survive against your pure numbers of stupidity, right? Yeah. By the way, for all you single gentlemen out there, when you're on Tinder, when you're on the FetLife or whatever hookup app they have now for whatever situation, I literally saw a dating commercial for Jewish people yesterday. It was like, Jew life, identify yourself to the Jewish community. I was thinking like, last time you guys had to ID yourself did not go so well, so let's maybe not do that. I'm not all about identifying out to anybody. Like, hey, I'm Jewish, in case you could ever use that information against me at all. I want to pause for a second because I'm sure someone just literally veered off the road right into a tree. So I want to give this pause, one, to pour a little out for whoever that was, and two, to give them time to call 911 and realize that they're not going to miss anything in the show. And it's probably a good idea to remind you, this is a show. These are just jokes, people. Here to have a good time, here to help you get through your shitty work week, right? Or bust out to vacation or out the gym or, playing video games like I this podcast. I don't know. I just want to share my thoughts on the world. Some of them are okay. Some of them are just like, really? Okay. There you go. So, Father's Day. Hope you had a great one. Hope you got all the gifts. Hope you got laid. Hope you had amazing sex. Right? Again, if you're single, do not lead with this on the Tinder, FetLife, MySpace 3.0, whatever, Instant Messenger. Don't be like, hey, how you doing? She was like, fine. Like, it's Father's Day today. Yeah. Like, well, we don't have any kids together, but you can still call me daddy. Like, don't do that, right? And a little pro tip, fellas, when you're over there doing the family Sunday dinner, right? When you're over there and you bow your head and you give your thanks to the Lord for all the food you're about to ingest, right? Then your wife lovingly says, hey, Daddy, can you get me something to drink? Do not, for the love of God, man, keep your ass in your seat. Do not get up at the same time that her father does, or you two are going to lock eyes and you're going to have a fucking problem, right? She's like, hey, Daddy, I'm so thirsty, right? And you get up to go get her something, and so does her real, quote-unquote, real dad. And you two fucking lock eyes like two horned bulls just going at two matadors, just head-to-head, bam! Just don't do it. It causes a lot of awkward conversations. It's just not good, right? It's kind of like, when she's had her second glass of wine and she's talking to her mom and be like, remember when y'all used to spank me as a kid? I hated that. But every time he does it, I like it. Like, just don't do it. That's how you don't get invited back. So if you don't want to see your in-laws, I guess, then, feel free to just be like, oh, sure, babe, I'll get up and get you that drink. Yeah, and if you don't pay attention, I'm going to spank you later. And unlike when you were a kid, you're going to enjoy it. Like, just drop that all at the family table. Throw your seat back. Like, just scoot back on the hardwood floors. Dig that chair right in the veneer. Drop the mic. Grab the keys. Right? Go home. Pack your bag. Because God knows you can't stay at your own place. If you get into a fight, you have to fucking leave your own domicile. And just wait. I can't believe you said that to him. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. I just can't believe you said that to my own parents. You know they love you. You know my mom loves you, even though every time we have a fight, I call and talk shit about you behind your back to her, and she secretly is trying to hire a hitman. You know that. You know she loves you. My dad's just a hard guy to get along with. He just doesn't understand the fact that you're having sex with his baby girl. Like, yeah, I think that's got to be tough, right? I think that's got to be tough. But the tough part, I gotta feel like, and again, speaking from zero experience here, is like if you're a parent and then you have like a little girl, right? Or even maybe as a guy, like a little guy, and you're thinking like, oh shit, all that karma, all those things that I did to girls, are they going to come back in karma to me or my family, right? All the crazy ass shit. I don't know. I don't know. Again, these are all jokes, people. Just my random ass thoughts at 8:33 in the evening on Sunday night as the Cavaliers and the Golden State Warriors play Game 7 in the I Don't Give a Fuck Bowl, also known as the NBA. I don't know. Just not a big fan of national football. I like national basketball. Could give two shits about. Same thing. Like what I'd like them to do, okay, with no, of course, real life loss of life, is I like them to get every baseball team, every basketball team, just like be like, hey y'all, come down to Dallas Cowboy Stadium, get them all in there, and then be like, surprise, and have Jerry Jones hit the button and just implode the stadium, taking all of those people with him, 100%, 100%. Like free up my fucking sports calendar, so all I gotta watch is hockey and football, baseball, basketball, soccer, you cheese-eating surrender monkeys, get all those fuckers off the pitch. Rugby, you can stick around. UFC, right? Because I need more tap-out shirts in my life. I need more aggro and guys pissing hot for steroids. You guys can all stay. Basketball, Major League Baseball, soccer. Just get in that building, hit the button, see you in the next one. Do better. Do better. So speaking of basketball, actually not really speaking basketball at all, did something fun for the first time ever. Proud to say, this week I booked my first Airbnb. Now, before this turns into yuppie time with Tim Castleman, this is kind of cool. I am headed to Montreal next month for the I Am Summer Camp event. If you're going to be there, feel free not to say hi to me. Like most people probably will. Be like, that's a Tim Castleman guy. If we say anything too much, probably going to end up in the podcast. And there are a few people there, a few speakers, in fact, that probably legitimately would love to have some one-on-one time with me in a room, and not for the reasons that I'd like, and certainly not for the reasons that you're thinking, but like one of those Ocean's 11 no camera situations where it's like, hey, let's just go talk in this private bathroom with this stun gun and this list of regrets I have. But I digress. I'm going anyway, right? Maybe I'll get a security guard. Maybe I'll just hire very large gentleman or two. Just be like, hi, it's my bodyguard. If you have anything you'd like to say to me, he's my representative. If you would like to kick my ass, you can start with him. If you get through him, then we can actually fight. And by fight, I mean I'm going to run like there's an ice cream truck at the end of the street, all right? Because I'm a lover, not a fighter, and I'm getting older, so I'm like not even a lover, just like an L-O, like a lo, like I guess V. But like E and R, fuck, not at my age. No, sorry, just too buku. Just can't do it. So, booked an Airbnb. Now, why the fuck am I talking about this? Because it just so happened I saw a story on Facebook. That's where I get all my news. Facebook and Comedy Central. It's where I get dialed into America, right there. That New York is actually trying to ban Airbnb. The second B is what costs so much. And because they don't like people subleasing their apartments. And what they really don't like is me going in, buying an apartment for the specific reason of subleasing it, right? And I get that to a point, but it's just like they're doing with Uber and Austin and shit. It's like all these great resources, right? I'm out of town. I don't mind you going through my house. Feel free to stay there, and I'll make some money to help pay towards the mortgage or whatever. They just have a problem with that. And I get it, right? Like, I've seen some stories of some crazy Airbnb. I've seen some where they've, like, squatted there. Like, people just showing up for rent. Like, yeah, we're not leaving. Like, you got to go. And they're like, yeah, actually, we don't, and we're not going to. So I've seen that. Okay, I've seen all the crazy, like, hey, we had a party, and I'm sorry, we lit your house on fire. Like, I saw that. And, of course, I did see one purely for research purposes that apparently for a while until they stopped it, a big trend was adult film companies going and renting Airbnbs for their daily shoot. Like, hi, I'm John. This is my girlfriend Teresa. This her boyfriend Tank. That's his friend, Tank Jr. I'm trying to think of like big names without being racist. So let me just get all the races out of the way that people can be mad. Like, hey, this her boyfriend Steve, right? That's his friend Cornelius, right? That's his friend Chan. Next to him is his buddy Pedro, right? And then we got Putin. That's the only Russian name I can think of. Male Russian name, Putin. That's all I got. So apparently I'm not big into the Russian porn. Maybe I need to, bone up on that. All I'm saying is that you used to rent around and do this stuff. Like, I don't want to do that. What I didn't want to do, actually, I want to stay at the event hotel, but it's sold out. sold out. So got an Airbnb literally right across the street from it. So awesome. Cheaper than the event, which is cool. The venue, and it's like it's a whole area to myself. I got a bedroom. I got a dining table. I've got a place I can work. I can chill. It's got beautiful lights. It's on the 20th floor. I mean, like if I had to rent that in a hotel, you're talking several $100s per night, whereas I got it for way less than the Airbnb thing. But what's amazing to me about Airbnb and Uber and all those guys is how they're just trying to communities are just trying to stifle them and say, hey, we don't want Uber drivers driving. We don't want this, we don't want that. And I understand because I was just in Austin. The Uber people apparently did themselves no favor. Apparently they were like calling and texting like mad people to the Uber folks, customers, and I think the customers are kind of pissed off. It's like, hey, if I didn't sign up to get your political shit, why are you sending me political shit? Which to a degree I can get, but I can also tell you as an out-of-towner, it sucked. I didn't want to rent a car. Had to take a $50 cab ride instead of a $30 Uber ride. Me and my cabbie said 2 words, mostly hi and bye, because we just didn't talk to each other. I mean, just things like that over and over again. Yet they had an app down there. I'll put a link below the podcast if you're ever in Austin. Check these guys out. They're just like Uber, but I had a great experience there. But when I got in the guy's car, he had a charging station for me. I could put my phones on there. He's like, if you'd like a thing of water, I've got some water here. I've got some candies. You can barely taste the GHB in them. I was like, what? Huh? I was like, oh, it's Austin. Got it. Keep Austin weird. Understand now, right? But all these people are just trying to stop technology, stop innovation. I saw another article, which they're not related, but they kind of are, where Alicia Keys is now doing a deal when she does concerts. Everybody has to put their phones in these little neoprene cases that basically block all cell signal. You can't get to it. You can't text. You can't do shit. Right now, if you get to the outer area, then yes, you can. You can get there, you walk past this thing, it opens up, it's not a problem, right? So you're not going to have an under siege situation where it's like, oh my God, they've taken over the Alicia Keys concert. They got 42,000 people who can't open their things. Plus, I'm sure in a situation like that, I wouldn't be surprised if the main company has a button they can push that's just like, you know what, let's deactivate all of these immediately in emergency situation. And the reason they're doing that is because we're ignorant assholes and we can't stop, right, looking at our damn cell phones when we're at movies. That's why I love Alamo Drafthouse, because they kick your ass out if you go look at a movie. Concerts, and I'm terrible. By the way, I'm not sitting here going, you need to be just off your phone. I am addicted to my phone, right? I touch my phone more than I touch my dick, and I touch my dick a lot. Wait, I'm sorry. Did I say that out loud? I meant the phone. I don't know. I don't touch the phone. Okay. Something with my phone on my dick. I don't know. Well, you lost me. You got me. Anyway, all I'm saying is I'm guilty, okay? Went to a concert last night. Went and saw Red Shahan. Folks, I know this is an ADD podcast, but let me tell you something. If you get the chance to see Red Shahan live, go see Red Shahan live. Thank me later. Amazing, amazing show. Probably the only better shows that I've seen at that venue has been by some of my best artists, friends like Grady Spencer, Folk Family Revival put on a hell of a show there. Uncle Lucius just destroyed a few Halloweens ago. Just crazy, crazy stuff. Where the fuck were you? Maybe I need to get back on the pills. Maybe I just need to start drinking even more before the podcast. Or who wants to drink less on a podcast? Especially a 2-Drink Tim podcast. Come on. Yes, technology. Airbnb. So, my thing is I'm going to get to be an adult if I want to invite some people back. They get the UFC fight on Saturday night. I think I'm going to watch that. Instead of like, oh, you want to go to this club and pay $500 so we can just hang around in our douche clothes, look at each other, just flexing our titties? Like, no, I don't actually want to do that. I'd like to just go back and get a nice meal and then go watch UFC 200, relax, calm down, hang out, actually conversate, not have to yell, like I'm trying to tell you there's a fucking shark coming just so I can get my drink order in or ask how things are going. Okay, because that's always fun. What I always love doing is going to a club, spending a fuck ton of money being there so I can get $20 Red Bulls and $70 bottles of Absolute. Okay, and then waking up the next day sounding like I've gargled with fucking broken glass and turned into a 2-pack a day menthol smoker for the last 20 years. That's what I love to do personally. I don't know about you folks. That's my goal in life. Be like, what'd you do? Be like, did you like try to inhale fire last night? Did you like burn your mouth? Were you like in a burning building situation? You're like, no, I just tried to talk with the person that was sitting 2 feet from me and order a drink every 2 hours. And that's what I got. Well, I just want old man, right? I want my little cup of Ovaltine, right? I want to be able to take my dentures out, keep my Ensure nice, keep my Ensure so nice. I just thought about this. Like, I can actually have dinner every night at this place if I wanted to. I won't because it sounds like work, but you get the point. With this Airbnb, as I'm thinking about it, like I could call, I'm not doing any of this, by the way, so calm down. It's not Lifestyle versus Famous, but I could probably find someone there to be like an assistant for the week, right? I could pull a Rockstars, the 2 Rockstars move, hire an assistant. Actually, I may do this. And just be like, hey, listen, here's what I need you to do. I need you to go get me some fucking food. And yeah, when that's done, I need you to season it all up for me, put it in the fridge, and we'll eat here. Like, yeah, it sounds a little pretentious. I don't think I'm going to do that because I'm not a douche. But maybe I will because that does actually sound pretty cool. Like, just hire someone to be like, hey, I'm going to pay you whatever it is per day. Help me out here. And yeah, and maybe do that. Very, very, very interesting. So I'm looking at my little. I made a cheat sheet today. I figured ADD Tim might be a little strong on Sunday, and just figured I'd make a little list. So Airbnb. I don't want to end up dead. I explained the reasons why. I talked about the bullshit new law. Talked about the event attendees. Half the people hate me there. And you know what? That's not true. As I say that, I'm like, that's bullshit. And one of the things that the Ryan Levesque Ask Intensive event has taught me, traffic and conversions. Basically, every event this year has taught me something that I've already known, but I've refused to accept, which is like, maybe everybody doesn't hate you like you think they do. Now, don't get me wrong, folks, okay? I know there are people out there that have some genuine hate and dislike for me. And the good news is, I have people like that too, right? Certain guy who I might be involved in a little legal thing with. I don't hate the guy personally, but professionally, I'm like, we got a little beef, right? Some old Kindle affiliates, right? People that live in trailer parks in Oklahoma, right? People like that. I'm just like, yeah, there's plenty of hate to go around. But trying not to do that, trying to focus on the positive. It's going to be a great event. Before you ask, yes, the reason I'm going up there and going to risk getting murdered in an Airbnb for you is because we will be doing notes for that event. Super excited about that. We'll be talking about that more, I'm sure. Just really excited to go up there. Half the attendees don't hate me. The ones that aren't going to come up and fucking say it to my face. And if they do, I promise you, I'm going to throw my shit down and we're going to throw hands right there. I don't give a shit that I am in Montreal. I will fuck you up in a foreign country. And by fuck you up, I mean I will sheepishly walk away and be like, that motherfucker underneath my breath and plot your demise on the internet as I send you a glitter package or something along those lines. At any rate, head up to Montreal next month. Excited for that. And for a fucking summer vacation update, not a vacation. It's summer. Hired not 1, not 2, but 3 people this week. What? Tim Castleman. Calm down, they're all part-time. Going to be trying them out. Also, working on some fun stuff. Working on a few special little projects I have that I'm excited about. And now we start the process of getting those new people in, getting them trained up, and seeing who's going to sink or swim. And this one, it's weird because it's all guys that I hired, not intentional. Just realized that. And they're all from overseas. And you're like, oh my God, you're hiring Filipinos. Or, yes, I am. Calm down. The 3 I've talked to them all verbally. If you did not know they were Filipino, for 2 of them, you definitely would not be able to tell. And these people are going to be backline support, so they're going to be awesome people, but they're going to be helping for customer service and technical stuff that's not going to require a ton of front of house stuff. And I promise the person that we do our customer service having there will be easy to work with, easy to understand. And if they're not, we will fire them and hire somebody else. So giving it a little experiment, testing it out. It may work, it may not. Who the hell knows, right? At this point, I thought I was going to be drinking Mai Tais and hang out on a beach somewhere for summer. Turns out this summer is just going to be a work summer up until, of course, August. Still have the plan to go with that. And speaking of planning, tentative date, maybe the beginning of November. I can't give it. Maybe November 9th. That's the date. I might or might not be looking for the first annual Two Drink Tim podcast fan appreciation night. Two Drink Tim podcast fan appreciation night here in Lubbock, Texas. Also gonna throw a little birthday bash for myself with it. And by little, I mean super little. Like we're going to get one little table, have, one shot to sip between the 18 of us or whatever. But I've got some cool musical acts that I've reached out to and some cool ideas that we're still working on. As soon as I have that all dialed in, I'll let you know. You, of course, as a listener, are more than welcome to figure out how the fuck to get to Lubbock, Texas. Come hang out. And if you do, your ticket will be on me. Not your plane ticket, not your hotel. For the love of God, get an Airbnb while you're here. It's your ticket into the venue. That's what I mean by ticket. So let's see what else going on. Other than that, man, I'm just it just is what it is. Life's good. Definitely busier than I want to be right now. Definitely feel like I haven't got as much of the shit that I want to get done, even with this new relaxed schedule. That's just by not making it a priority, and also, trying to be half pregnant. Be like, I just want to totally disconnect and not do any. And that shit's not realistic. It's just not. And it sucks. You wish, at least I do at times, you go back to, we had like a carefree summer. Like, that was really awesome. When you just had a carefree summer, you're just like, whatever, it doesn't matter. It's light all day. It's light till 10 o'clock. I get to play outside, right? Like, I do that now. Cops get called. Laws get passed. Nobody wants that, right? I can't go within 200 yards of a school. Nobody wants that. Nobody wants that as I turn my calendar over to the right fucking month. That's how awesome we roll these days. Let's see. What else do I have to share with you? I want to make sure I got all my checklist stuff there. Other than that, family, life is overall is good. It's hot as fuck here in Texas, like 100, between 90 and 100 every day. And it's just like, by the time I wake up, I'm like, it's melting outside, literally melting. I don't think I want to mess around with this. I'd like to just sleep. Can we do that? Can I just go back to bed and air conditioning? Yeah, have my air conditioning go out, a little component of it, I should say. Go out. Luckily, small fix, only $150. It's only the third time that I've had to have the thing worked on in 3 years. It's just like, I get that they make shit that breaks now, but do you have to make it break like within the first 5 years of owning it? Like, I'm still paying on the house. Could you please do something that's really cool and, like, not make me have to do that for 4 or 5 years? Especially a big piece of equipment like that. Could you not continuously break? And then, of course, they come out and they're salespeople and they're talking to my wife. They're like, we have this year-round program. Come out 4 times a year and fuck up your unit for you, and then come back a month later and charge you for it, right? And, of course, she's like, that sounds like a great plan. Here's my credit card. Please drain it of all the money. So we have this stupid fucking maintenance plan that they come around, they come check it out, So this guy was here literally 30 days ago. Man, you don't look strong. Everything looks good. Freon looks good. Everything looks good. You're doing good. Good. That's all the guy could say, right? Yet less than a month later, conspiracy theory, Tim Castleman here. Suddenly our fucking unit doesn't work. This shit's broken. Oh my God, can't believe it. And $150 later, it's all fixed, right? It's amazing. People are just like, oh, just throw money at it. Just put money at it. Just put money at it. It's like, yeah, but I'm the one that's having to put the money at it all the time. Like, your theory of me just spending more of my money is awesome. Would you like to spend some of your money? It's like talking to lawyers. Lawyers are all about, oh man, we can do this, we can do that. And it's like, oh great, you want to settle with that guy before we go to court? That sounds awesome. Just understand whatever we settle him for is going to have to be is going to be your legal fees. So, if you settle for less than what we're asking, that's fine. Just understand you're going to have to take a reduction in your legal fees. Oh, maybe we don't want to do that. It's like, oh, well, wait a second. I thought settling was the best option. Oh, unless it involves your ability to get paid. Got it. Understood now. So, all those fun things going on in the background, plus me planning for the new staff, which we bring on. Going to do some fun stuff with them. I'll tell you about it, whether it works or it doesn't. You'll hear about it, I'm sure. I've got the trip to Montreal for the Airbnb massacre, so I'm lovingly calling it. Working on the Customer Appreciation Day in November. And in between there, just trying to play as much Xbox One and see as much live music as possible. I flubbed it earlier, but I do want to tell you seriously. If you get the chance to see Red Shahan live, you got to go see the man. Just an awesome artist. Not a country guy, I would not say. Definitely not country. Listen, more Americana. Americana, that's kind of what we're known for here in Texas, is Texas music / Americana. And it's just, it's good shit. And you owe it to see that guy live. I think his album is a great one, but I think him live is better. Yeah, I think that's it, folks. I think we've done it. I think I've shared all. I've cut my wrist open and poured out to you my soul for another 30 minutes in another edition of the Two Drink Tim podcast. Thank you so much for listening and putting up with me and my shenanigans. I hope I didn't offend you. If I did offend you, I'll try even harder next time to offend you even worse. And you can always feel free to not listen to this podcast if you don't like someone that has a sense of humor that occasionally, from time to time, goes off the rails. But if you'd like to speak to my supervisor or anyone connected with this podcast to get me taken off the air or fired, please feel free to call our customer support line at 1-800-GO-FUCK-YOURSELF. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, I'm out. I'll see you next week.